It's another Team Dreadnought deck profile. Today we're bringing you my build for Eradicator Sweep Command Dragon. I'm still kind of toying around with this deck right now. I haven't really gotten it right yet. It's doing okay, but I'm still definitely trying to work on it a little bit. The starter I choose for this one is first Thunder Draco Kid. His effect is whenever you have a grade 3 Vanguard and you retire one of your opponent's rear guards due to one of your card's effects, you can put him into Soul, search the top 10 cards of your deck for a Sweep Command Dragon, and ride it on Vanguard. So what a couple cards that I play in this deck, you can almost kind of do a Palinor effect where you, with Sparkhorn Dragon, you can attack with them. If it hits, you can counterblast one, retire something, put him in the Soul. Look at the top 10 for Sweep Command, and ride it on Vanguard to kind of restand it. It's crude, it doesn't always work, but it's kind of fun. And then also if you have the Break Ride, Vowing Sword Dragon, you can kind of do a quick break ride by calling a Cello or a card that can also retire. Use his effect, put him in the Soul, and then look at the top 10 for a Sweep Command Dragon and immediately break ride it. So it's not the best, but it's not really that many good starters for Eradicators right now because Linshu doesn't come out until December. After that, it's 4 Worm Toxin Eradicator Siabo. They heal trigger. This is standard, not really much to say about that. More standard, a crit. And standard 4 Eradicator Dragon Mage. Just need your draws. More standard, Wyvern Guard Gold. Run 4, always forever, nevertheless.
Word of the day is standard.
4 Eradicator Demolition Dragon. It's not really much variation in Eradicator decks right now. You just run 4 of these. Every deck runs their K clones now. I run 4 Steel Blooded Eradicator Shuki. Or Shiki, however you want to pronounce his name. Whenever one of your opponent's rear guards is retired by one of your card effects, he gains plus 300 or 3,000 power. In this deck, you can do a lot of retiring in a couple turns, so he's just able to pump real fast and deal with your opponent. Just a solid grade 1. And then 2 Eradicator of Fires. Your standard. He's an exact clone of Photon Bomber Wyvern. So your opponent has 3 or more damage. He's at 10k booster. Grade 2s, I play 3 Demonic Dragon Berserker Garuda. You need your damage on flippers until Zaiton comes out in December to help along with Sweep Command. Just it's 2 counterblast heavy you need to be able to unflip damage. 4 Spark Rain Dragon, Bedivere clone. Almost every deck plays at least 3 or 4 of them if they have them available. And the Superstar, 4 Venusaur Eradicator Cello. Whenever he's put on Rearguard or Vanguard, you can put one of your Eradicator Rearguards into Soul and retire one of your opponent's front row Rearguards. Really helps in speeding up Sweep Command Dragon, getting rid of Interceptors. He's sort of a better Death Scythe, better art than Death Scythe, that's for sure. I would love to use Death Scythe in his deck, but it's just too many counterblasts. I'll wait for Saucer Cannon Wyvern in December. Now for grade 3s, I play 3 Eradicator Vowing Sword Dragon. Break Ride from the trial deck. Whenever under a Kami rides on top of it, it gets plus 10,000 power, and you can retire one of your opponent's rear guards in the front row. Pretty good. And then he's a 12k attacker if your opponent or 13k attacker if your opponent has 3 or more damage. I play 2 Sparkhorn Dragon, the promo from one of the recent extra boosters. He's your typical Limit Break 4. Whenever he attacks the Vanguard, he gains plus 10, or not plus 10, plus 5. And his effect is whenever he hits the Vanguard, you can counterblast one with a card with Eradicator in his name. And if you do, your opponent chooses one of his rear guards to retire it.
He didn't die. Oh, no, I'm not dead.
And then the star of the deck,
Now you fogged up.
3 Eradicator Sweep Command Dragons. I really like this guy. I've liked him ever since I saw him. It's cool art, it's cool lore. I wish he wasn't so grossly overcosted. His effect is when you ride him on Vanguard, you can take one of your Eradicators, rear guards, put it in the soul to retire something in the front row. And his limit break is limit break 4. Whenever one of your opponent's rear guards is retired due to one of your effects, you can counterblast 2, soul blast 2.
No.
Kill something else in the front row.
No.
Gain plus 5,000 power and draw a card.
So Darksiders has no saves.
It does. It's auto.
It's okay now with Valiant Sword. It'll be much better when Electric Shaper comes out, when you can kill 4 units in a single turn. But other than that, there's not much to say about him. He's still a solid card right now. He can do a lot of damage, and that's really it.
He's at endgame, whether he likes it or not.
Great motivation.